and try to keep it in that 6 to 10 rep range. And as long as you keep increasing on that top set, that's when you're going to get the strength benefits as well as the hypertrophy benefits, because you're still in that 6 to 12, 6 to 15 rep range regardless, and then plus all the drop sets with that added volume. What is going down? YouTube, you are back with the Prez. Tuesday, second training day of the week. Well, actually, it's the third training day if you watch the Monday's video. Remember, Sundays I train legs, but I'm on a push-pull leg, upper, lower split. I told you in yesterday's video I decided to give up on the 1 rep max training. It wasn't worth the risk to reward, right? Training that heavy loads over and over again, it's just putting more stress on my elbow, and there's really no benefit besides just peaking for this competition, right? And again, it's a lot of stress on the nervous system, a lot of stress on the joints, and it's very high risk, right? Where the reward is not that great. I prefer the higher volume, you know, the push-pull, the reps and sets type of training. So yesterday, full push routine. I hope you guys saw it. My chest, shoulders are feeling nice right now, but that's the only part of my body that's a little fatigued, right? My back is still fresh. Whereas when I was hitting those heavy weighted pulls, heavy weighted dips all in one session, then trying to throw full body work in, my body would be super lit the next day. So today's a full pull routine, guys. It's gonna be, again, pretty much 90% calisthenics, maybe one dumbbell movement, which we're gonna be using for accessory work. Now we'll do a nice little warm up here, my standard pull warm up here. We'll do our nice pull to muscle up, and that's the shoulder and the chest fatigue right there on that transition right there. So I'm not going to do any more muscle ups. I'll save them for the upper body day. So remember, I'm doing push on Monday, pull on Tuesdays, Wednesday's a leg day, Thursday will most likely be a full rest day, Friday full upper body. That's what we're training more reps and sets, full upper, right? Muscle up work, handstand push up work. So I want to get back to my handstands and everything. And then Sunday would be the next lower body day. So even though the week technically starts on Sunday, I always start it on Monday, right? Push Monday, pull Tuesday, Wednesday legs, Thursday rest, Friday upper, Saturday rest, Sunday legs again, guys. So gonna be a full pull workout today, a little bit higher volume than the push workout. That's just gonna help promote shoulder health because we're gonna be pushing, we're getting a lot of internal rotation on the shoulders, right? So now we wanna promote good external rotation on our pull exercises. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so like I said, I was so tired of doing the 1 rep max training, I want to get back to the volume. So we're going to start the routine off with weighted pulls, something we've been working on, but now we're going to be going for more reps and sets, higher volume of work. I'm doing reverse pyramid style sets right here. So I'm starting very modest, just like I did on dips, right? On my dip workout yesterday, I only stayed with 60 pounds, caught a nice smooth 3 sets of 10. So today for the top set of pulls, we're going to start with 50 pounds, and then we're going to reverse pyramid down every set. Reverse pyramid means we're going to start with a top set, and then each set after that, we're going to lower the weight and try to add reps. So with the 50, I'm going to try to get a nice, good 6 to 10 reps under control with a nice eccentric. Then we'll drop the weight for set 2, try to get 2 plus more reps, whatever we caught on set 1, and the same for set 3, and the 4th set will be a high rep body weight drop set here, guys. So 50 pounds for the first top set here. Let's get into it. All right, so 7, and like I said in yesterday's video, when you're working with the max strength, with the 1 rep max strength, right, you don't get that eccentric loading. And you can see there, I was really trying to slow down the negative, really feel the muscle stretch, right? So I didn't want to go to extreme failure. I wanted to keep 1 rep in the tank. I could have definitely caught 8 right there. I probably could have caught 10 plus if I was doing drop and pull method, right? Focusing on momentum. Here we're trying to just use nice time under tension, keeping the lats engaged the whole time. So right after this set, like I said, in about 2 minutes, I'll drop the weight and I'll try to get more than 7 on the next set. And then whatever I can on the second set, I'll try to drop the weight again and get a little bit more volume. And then we'll finish off with a body weight burnout set to start the routine off. Let's go. All right, my pops is gonna be doing reverse pyramid sets with the bands also. He's starting in the black band. Want him to try to get 5 to 8 here. 3, 4, 5, come on. 6, hang after 7, hang. All right, 8, good, good, good. All right, guys, 2.5 minute break after that first set. Drop the weight down to 35 pounds. I wanna beat the 7 reps here. Same tempo, nice eccentric. Nine, perfect. 2 more reps than the first set. And again, 2.5 minute break. We'll drop the weight 1 more time. And like I said, then on the 4th set, will be a body weight burnout set. All right, so my pops is going for his second set. We increase the band. So if you guys are just trying to increase your reps on your pull-ups, right? You're just getting started with your pull-ups. You could do the same reverse pyramid sets, starting with a light band, the lightest band that you could get reps for, and then just keep upping the resistance on the band. So let's try to beat 8 right here. Come on. Control. 1. Money. 2, 3, there we go. 4, good reps. 5, lower. 6, come down lower. 7, come on. Pull. 8, 1 more. 9, perfect. All right, guys, another 2.5 minute break. We drop the weight down to 20 pounds now. So a 15-pound drop in between all the sets. 50 to 35, 35 to 20. We're gonna beat 9 right here. Same tempo, nice and controlled. All right, 12, and I'll go 1 more drop, like I said, 2.5 minute now, body weight reps. We may go in for speed, we may do them for tempo, we shall see. 1 more. All right, so now my pops is going for his 3rd set. Moved them up in bands to the yellow band, which is a heavier band than the purple. Let's see if we can beat 9 reps right here, come on. Control. 1, there you go, look at that height. 2, control the legs. 3, 4, money. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you got them, you got 12, 10, keep going, 11, hang after 12, keep going, hang, hang, hang. Big breath, pull, get over the bar. Do another one. Big breath, pull. 14, 1 more. There you go. All right, guys, 4th set, body weight, and we're gonna keep them tempo here because I'm gonna be doing more pull-up variations later where we're going for speed. So body weight, tempo, last set. All right, 14 guys. And the reverse pyramid sets, they're a super easy way to progressively overload because all you gotta know is what you hit for your top set and your top weight. So for instance, like I hit 50 today for 7. Now I could try to hit 50 for 8 next session, or I could just move the weight up to 55 for my top set and try to keep it in that 6 to 10 rep range. And as long as you keep increasing on that top set, that's where you're gonna get the strength benefits as well as the hypertrophy benefits, because you're still in that 6 to 12, 6 to 15 rep range regardless. And then plus all the drop sets with that added volume all of those reps stay in that higher zone of the hypertrophy rep ranges, right? So I didn't hit more than 15 reps on any clip right there. And again, crazy pump in the last just off the first routine. We got one dumbbell movement to go next, and then again, the rest of the routine is gonna be all calisthenic style. Let's go. All right, guys, pull work is done. Moving on to a vertical pulling movement right now. This is the dumbbell work for the day. Something you guys have seen me doing on pretty much all my routines lately. Chest supported dumbbell rows, and now last week I started with the 70s for the first time, and I did them for 3 sets of 8. So today, 3 sets of 10. Ooh, tough 10, but typically when I hit these on my full body or my full upper body day, I'm doing them after I hit dips, right? So I usually do pulls, dips, and then the rows. So the back has a little bit of rest in between. Right there, we went pull to pull, so those 70s felt a little bit extra heavy right there. I probably could have capped it at 8 again, or even 9s, but we said, fuck it, we're gonna push for the 10. So I'm gonna get the 10s for the next 2 sets. Even if they're a little sloppy today, I know I could increase the form or do better form next time and stay at these 70s for a little bit longer. 2 more sets. All right, guys, getting into the second set. That set felt a little bit better in terms of how the weight felt, right? Remember, like I said, I did 3 sets of 8 and I'm jumping up to 10s, right? I could have stayed at 9s and still been progressively overloading. So maybe on the 3rd set, I might cap it at 9 if I feel like I'm struggling too much. And then again, like I said, I like to stay with the weight for a little bit to really master it before I jumping up, right? Because I know if I jump to those 75s, I'll probably be dropping down to that 6 rep range, which is on the low end. So nice 2.5 minute break here. 1 more set. All right, guys, 3rd set. Nice 3 minute break right there. All right, we're gonna go right into a drop set on that. I'm only gonna count those as 8. I'm gonna drop it down to 50s right now and go right into a quick little drop set for some volume right here. All right, guys. We caught 8 with the 70s on the 3rd set, and then another 8 right here with the 50s. And remember, for muscle growth, the most important thing is the set has to be tough. You gotta be taking it close to failure, right? It's okay if you have drop off in reps, whereas when you're doing the strength training with the 1 rep max, you wanna make sure you're almost forced to hit that work requirement, right? Where you really wanna hit those singles. And if you're not, then there's a sign that, something's not firing up, right? You might be undertrained. Whereas with hypertrophy training, with muscle building, you have a lot more play in terms of how you can go about it, right? Yes, progressive overload is always the ultimate driver of muscle growth and hypertrophy, but you can progressively overload in many ways, right? You don't always have to add weight. You could add reps. You could decrease time between sets and things like that, whereas you always want to ultimately be able to add more weight in time, but you don't have to do it so frequently, whereas when I was training for the 1 rep max, the jumps were just too frequent, and again, it's hard for your body to sustain that constant workload of high intensity effort 3 times a week. So full pull routine today, guys. More work to go. Rest of it is gonna be all calisthenics. All right, guys. Next movement, going back to vertical pull. Body weight, switching the grip here. We got neutral grip and we're going wide. So all body weight reps here. I'm gonna be going for speed reps right here, trying to get as many as I can for 3 sets. Hopefully I'm falling around that 12 to 15 rep range. I'll go a little bit wider here too. There we go. All right, we'll keep 13 on that first set. Like I said, I want to try to hit at least 12 for the next 2 sets. So 2.5 minute breaks. Let's go. All right, guys. 2.5 minutes there. Let's go. Second set. All right, caught 13 again for the second set. Very good. One more set, 2.5, maybe 3 minutes here. Let's go. All right, guys, last set. Kept it 2.5 minutes. All right, 10, we're gonna keep going with this set. Quick break, shake it out. Like a little drop right here. Try to get 2 to 3 more. All right, we'll count them as 10 in the book, but we ended up catching the 13 full with those extra 3 reps at the end. So we're gonna go back to a horizontal pull movement now, guys, all body weight. Let's go. All right, like I said, moving back to horizontal rowing. I'm gonna go feet up, ring rows here, guys. So I'm anchoring my feet on my box. Ooh, tough. Tall there, guys. Remember, the back, the whole posterior chain right now, super fatigued. Got a lot of volume in already. That's the type of training I like, guys. High reps, lots of sets, crazy pump, great mind-muscle connection work. Amazing for hypertrophy. 2 more. All right, guys. Second set, short breaks here. There's only 90 seconds here. All right, we're calling that only 10. The 11th one was only half a rep. I don't care if the reps drop off here. As long as I'm catching at least 8, I'm happy. Short breaks, keeping the blood in the muscles, keeping that lactic acid buildup high, keeping that fatigue high. Let's go. All right, guys. Third set. Another 90 seconds only here. I'm going to do a drop set here, guys. All right, 10. Now we're gonna go feet on the floor, make them a little easier, and rotate. Then we're gonna start backing it up, increase the angle. And that's the good thing about the rings, guys. You can just keep stepping back, increasing the angle, making the reps a little bit easier to add more volume. Back is super pumped up right now, crazy swole. Couple more movements to go to finish off the pull day. Let's get it. All right, guys, staying on the rings now. We're gonna move on to some rear delts and upper back work right now. You see me doing these last week also. We're gonna be going ring face pulls here. So much higher angle. Still here, and the way I like to do them, I like to drop down so I'm just on my fingertips here, so I'm really not using much grip. I'm only using all shoulders here. All right, guys. I'm not going to film all the sets of face pulls. I'm going to end up doing 3 total, so 2 more. I'm going to keep them at 10 reps, short breaks here, 90 seconds to 2 minutes. And again, this is great for external rotation. And remember, all the push work that we're doing on a push day, we're always in that internal rotation. And that's a position that we spend a lot of our time in just in regular life, right? On the computer, texting on your phone, you're always hunched over in this position, right? So making sure you promote movements that get those shoulders into external rotation is super beneficial for posture and for balancing out the muscle groups, right? Because we're always in that stretched out, elongated position with the head rolled forward. You want to throw those shoulders back. And the rear delt itself, that's what really gives that 3D pop and that 3D look to the delts and the upper body in general, right? So having a stronger and bigger big delt is going to help promote that V and that wide taper that is super aesthetically pleasing, right? That's the look that everybody wants. So 2 more sets. I'm not going to film this so the video doesn't get extremely long. Then we're going to finish off with 1 bicep movement for isolation. Let's go. All right, guys, 3 sets of the face pulls done. Finishing off, I'm only going to film 1 of these guys. Some bicep isolation work on the rings. We're going to be doing bodyweight ring curls. Now, if you want to do this exercise, this is how you set it up. This is how the rings are laying straight, right? Flat. Start with them with 1 rotation, right? So now the rings are going to be slightly, the strap's going to be slightly twisted, but when we go into the movement, they're going to straighten out. So drop down just like when you're doing your row or your face pulls, high angle like this, and now watch. Now the straps are going to straighten to normal. There won't be any twisting. So now we curl up. 1, now the straps are straight. 2. All right, 10s. I'll hit those for 2 more sets. Again, I'm not going to film all the ring curl sets either. I don't want the video to get too long or repetitive. But that is a wrap for the entire pull routine. Very high volume today. A lot of work was done. Biceps are lit, rear delts, upper back. Everything has a crazy pump right now. And now again, I won't train upper for 48 hours, right? Tomorrow will be a leg day. Thursday will be a full rest day. So when we get back to the upper work on Friday, every upper muscle should be pretty fresh, right? It'll be 72 hours since we hit the push and 48 hours since we hit the pull muscles, right? So more than enough time for recovery. And you can see the pump, the gains in the back right now are looking crazy. And like I said, guys, moved on to a new push-pull leg, upper-lower split. I'm no longer training for the 1 rep max competition. So, like always, guys, if you have a question or comment, leave in the comment section. This is the type of training I enjoy more, and I'm sure you guys probably enjoy this type of content more also, because it's just more variety, more hard work is getting done, and you could actually see, you know, the pump, not that it's important for muscle growth, but it's important for, you know, that mind boost, right? Because you like to see yourself blown up after a workout, right? You don't want to be working out for 2 hours in the gym and not really see a crazy pump afterwards, right? Whereas when you're working on this mind-muscle connection stuff, the high time under tension, the pump's going to come naturally. You're going to get stronger, just like you get stronger in the 1 rep max work. But again, it's more geared towards building muscle. Like always, you have a question or comment, leave in the comment section. If you want to see something specific, let me know. I'll try to film it for you guys. Like the video, share with your friends and your family. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all support. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. BARNATURALS.
They all love to talk, you know they do that shit the most. Think you on my level, boy, but you ain't even close.